Just that third quarter where you guys are able to explode there after Valpo cut it. Just what worked there to where you guys were able to turn that around?
We kind of got in the locker room at halftime and kind of broke down offense and defense, mostly the defensive side. Once we started getting stops, I think that translated into confidence on offense and, just executing what we practiced, for the last 2 days. Once we get to doing what our principles are, we're really good.
It seemed like there were when the ball, just the way that you shot the gap sometimes or pick off some passes, and I know you weren't able to get that one at the end of the quarter, but there were a few of those throughout that game. Just what were you seeing that was able to get those breakaway steals?
One of our principles was kind of to get out and deny and not let them, just be comfortable in the half court. And so being able to trust that they were going to have good ball pressure gave me the confidence to go for those steals, knowing I had help and, they couldn't really see me coming when they threw it because there was already ball pressure on the ball.
Kira, obviously for 4 of you guys tonight, another double-digit performance by 4 of you guys. The score says you guys won big like you were supposed to, but that first half they really did a good job of troubling you guys. Like, was it because they were denying so well inside, or was it because they were just cutting off the passing lanes?
I think maybe a little bit of both. I think that we just needed to settle down and counter the pressure. I think me specifically got back on our heels a little bit, and so that allowed them to turn up their pressure. And I think once we settled in, we were able to make good plays out of it.
Yeah, total there were 43 turnovers, 20 by y'all, 23 by them. Was cutting down on turnovers something Coach harped on in the first half?
Yep, for sure.
Nice short answer.
Yeah.
One more here. Lacey, obviously you guys are now going to go on the gauntlet run, right? You're the lone team up top, and the next 4 teams are all gunning for you guys. How do you guys take all these wins you've stacked up and try to put that momentum towards the road?
I guess take the momentum that we've kind of built up and just take it a game at a time, focus on each team at once. I think we got UNI next, so our focus will be on them, and then it'll be on Drake, and then so on after that. But focusing on doing what we do, taking from these games what's been successful for us and just continuing to rep that and, use it in the next games.
Did you look at that section of the schedule at all? It kind of going into the season when it came out, is like that's kind of the 5 right there that you guys are capable of winning a championship.
I think I've said anyone can say this conference has a lot of talented teams in it, and every night is going to be a battle no matter who you're playing. So you just kind of take each game at a time, and you just stack on wins one after the other. Once you get a win, you just look at the next one.
Yeah, she sounds a lot like Coach when she gets in here. And just how much do they echo each other a lot?
Yep.
Everything I heard there was just Beth.
Yeah.
And do they do that all the time? Or?
All the time. I think it's really just a sign of their trust in each other, that they are both thinking the same way, and that's part of the reason why we're so successful.
Did you ever get in the huddle and be like, hey, dude, we hear her over there, we don't need...
No, not at all.
Last year it was another 2 p.m. Sunday game, almost a year ago today, that broke an 11-game winning streak. Now today you take an 11-game winning streak and you turn it into a 12-game. At the start of the season, Coach was talking about how you guys were hungry. This was a team that was ready to get back and make up for a bitter loss last year. Does that kind of just, advance on that feeling of taking this season and taking it farther than you did last year?
I think this team responds really well. Even after losses like the UIC loss, opening conference, I thought we responded really well after that. But even just in games, after a tough quarter, that we might not have been our best, we really come together and respond well. And I think being able to fix things during the game and respond quick during the game changes outcomes of those games rather than waiting and responding after the game. But I think that this team has shown a lot of that.
Yep, 100%.
How's a foot?
It's good.
You scared the heck out of us.
I scared myself. I was terrified.
Just what was that like when, there's probably a second there where you're like, you don't know if you're going to be playing in these games because of how scary that seemed, and looking in Coach's eyes after the game, I think she was just as scared.
Yeah, no, it was definitely scary. It makes you realize how much, you should be grateful for each second you get to play this game. And I don't think my senior year had quite hit me yet until that moment, and I was like, every moment matters. Not that it didn't before, but you get one of those life-changing, like take a step back and realize not every day's promised, not every practice is promised, and not every game's promised. So I've really kind of just tried to enjoy what I have and what I have left.
Hey, Lacey, since you are the upperclassman of the group, you've seen how far Kira and Cayman and now Laney are coming along in the last year and a half. How perfect is it, maybe not perfect, but how good is it to see that between the bench and the starters, everybody on this team is contributing, everybody on this team can step up when they need to?
It's awesome. Once again, we said from the beginning of the season, you never know who's going to go off for us, whether they're a starter or whether they're coming off the bench, and I think that's something that makes us so dangerous. But to see Cayman and Kira just develop from last year to this year, it's been amazing. We built our trust, they've built their talent, and then now Laney's coming in, and we've just continued to grow trust in her coming off the bench. It's been awesome, and it makes it really fun to play because no one has to worry about doing too much each night. Everybody works together.
Here, 4 straight games on the road. Is this going to be? That seems like a lot of time with these girls. I mean, you guys are together all the time, but it seems like a lot of time. You're doing all this. What's this going to be like?
I really enjoy our time on the road. Obviously, it's really fun playing at home, but I think that we just have a great group of girls, and so it's always fun getting extra. We play games sometimes, or just watching movies, but I think it's really good.
It's the best games you guys do.
This last trip we played some Rummy Cube, so a little bit of spades in there.
Sometimes we all end up in the same hotel room just to hang out.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to be. There's just some comical teammates on this team.
Who's the funniest? I don't know.
CP's pretty funny.
She
Katie
is really
Pauley.
funny.
P's funny. Paige is funny. Sarah's unreal.
Laney has her moments.
Laney does. You can go down the line.
Yeah.